After the demolition, after the dust, what remains? Not what was promised, not what justified the pains of building, not the vision from the blueprint. What survives? The actual pressure. What comes through when nothing thrives and everything gets tested? What is still standing when the storm is past and taken half of what you had? What holds its form? I've watched structures fall. I've watched men lose the things they built their lives around. Watched what collapse brings and what it leaves. The rubble has its own inventory. Every broken piece is still a piece, still has a story. The foundation, if it held, is what remains. The principle beneath the structure that sustains even when the walls are gone, even when the roof came down. The ground that held the building still holds the ground. Arkhi, I've been at this long enough to know the difference between what was decorative and what has actual significance. I lost a version of myself I thought was load-bearing. Turned out it was decoration. Turned out the wearing down of it revealed a stronger thing beneath. Sometimes demolition is the only way to bequeath yourself to your actual self. The version that can hold the weight you're actually carrying. The story being told by your actual life, not the one you plan to live. What remains after the plan fails, what you have to give from the wreckage, that's your actual foundation. Not the vision, not the blueprint, the revelation of what was always there beneath the architecture you designed. What remains is more honest than what you had in mind. Arkhi, I build on what remains now, not what I planned. The real foundation showed itself. I finally understand that the principle survived destruction. Always has. What remains is everything, and what remains is jazz. Tompkinsville remains changed, but the ground remains. The principle of sovereignty, despite the chains that tried to name it otherwise, remains. The music remains after every system drains. The culture dry after every attempt to purchase and contain what people make from nothing. Music still remains. Cold Lotus Chamber after every obstacle remains. 9 men who found their ground. The oath remains. What remains is not the building, it's the decision to stand on a particular ground. That precision of commitment, that's the foundation that holds. What remains after everything folds is the first principle, the Arkhi, the will to name the ground, stand on it, to stand there still. Arkhi, what remains is this, these bars, this sound. Cold Lotus Chamber, sovereign, still standing, still found.